So here on the bench we have a System 11. This will be a System 11. Is a System 11B? Yeah, System 11B. I had to think about that for a minute. But anyway, so on this board we had a bit of alkaline corrosion that has been cleaned up. So by cleaned up, what I mean is we have sanded it down to bare copper and conformal coated over top. We've got a new power input header. We've got 3 100 UF capacitors here in the power input section, a 22 UF here in the reset, and 210 UF in the sound section. We've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sockets that have been replaced. Well, I guess 6. Added one here for the NVRAM. The 6821 that was here at U41 was corroded on the legs. I don't sand those. I don't ever put those back into the board. If it's got corrosion on the legs, those get tossed into the bin there. So I've got a new 6821 in place with a brand new dual wipe socket. And as far as the rest of the board, we are good to go. We didn't have any locked on solenoids or missing switches, anything like that. So we'll go ahead and get this thing booted up. And it's going to say pinball missing, obviously, because we're not inside of a game and we don't have a pinball on the bench. But we'll wait for, just a few seconds for this to cycle through. And there we are. And I've already got this thing set to free play. Since I did add NVRAM to the board. Show the lamp matrix dancing there real quick. These damn overhead lamps are interfering with the camera and the refresh rate of the displays here. And there we are, free play. Go ahead and get this thing into test. And we don't have a soundboard attached, so no music test. But we'll go ahead and cycle through the displays. Let me shut this one off here so we stop getting that interrupt. Actually, this one over here might actually cause it too. Alright, and there's all the displays. And next test is going to be sound. We don't have a soundboard attached. But all lamps, and then into single lamps, which you're going to see a bit of ghosting there. That's just the LED block. And into coil test. So testing both A side and C side of each coil. And I saw on one of the threads somebody was asking how one transistor can activate 2 different coils, and it's just through the AC relay select, which on the tester here is this little blue block. And I missed that last special solenoid there. So we'll have to wait for this to go back through. But the AC relay select will select either the A side or the C side there of that specific transistor. And again, we're just waiting for the last special solenoid there. And we've already tested the switch inputs there on those, and those are all working. But to test the rest of the game switches, we're just going to go through diagonally, testing both rows and columns. And all 64 switches are reporting. And here's that A side, or the AC relay test here, which those are obviously working. And that concludes the test there, so thank you so much for sending this, and I will get this back into the mail for you on Monday. Right, so here's the power supply to go along with that Whirlwind, and we went ahead and replaced all the capacitors here on the board. So we've got a 15,000, a 330, two 220s, got a 1K, a 100, and then also a 47 UF. And we replaced all the 0.156 headers here on the board as well. And upon testing this, we had was it about negative 0.6 volts, I believe it was, somewhere around in there. So what the issue was is we had a bad Q3, which was a MJE 15031, and we also had a bad resistor here at R4, because I replaced the 15031 and we were still getting the same, or just about the same reading. And upon checking R4, we had an open resistor there, which was in return causing the negative voltage not to read. And so going through, we're going to test the negative 12 and then into the positive 12 and then into the 5 volts. And we've got one more 5 volt here on the displays. And I'm going to sneak in here, being very careful. And we've got our positive high voltage. And there is our negative high voltage. So we are back in business. Thank you so much.